Here's what this is going to teach you. It's going to teach you how to start a creative agency from zero to most likely pro. I hope. Hi, I'm Olise, and welcome to the Ginger Creative Agency series. I assume that's the name because we don't really have a name yet.
The Ginger Man says hi.
Now, the big question is, why start a creative agency? In my opinion, I think it's because you're broke and you don't know how to do any other thing apart from snap picture and video. On a deeper level, it's because you're trying to tell stories. You're someone who has vision, who wants to connect people or clients to their audience with storytelling. Or you just like money and you think like the money is in media. No, everybody on their own is great. It's fine. Anyone you're for, this video is going to help you. Once you have your why, you're good. And now, let me just give you a sneak peek into how we started. Ginger, the collective that you know and love now, was not always Ginger the collective. It was called Ginger Studios. I think our IG that time was cu.ginger because we were in a confined environment, so we're not even thinking about the bigger marketplace yet. It started as a good idea. At the time, I was called Oli's Eye, and Isaac was in TCE. He was a video guy. He used to do videos and stuff like that. And then Isaac walked into my room one day, and he was like, "Guy, let's start." He did not even call his media agency. I don't know what he called it at the time, but like he was just like, let's start a studio or something like that, a collaboration. And I'm just going to bring my values in here and say, allow God lead you, because to think that I had already started my own brand and this guy just came and I collapsed my brand and partnered with him. We tried a number of names, Noodle, just random things, and we ended up, we tried garlic. Wild. We tried garlic and we ended up with Ginger as the name, so Ginger Studios. If there's one thing that works in a confined environment and even in the real world is if you get in people's faces, they will notice you. So be in front of people, be the first thing people see, be the last thing people see, be what people see. So what we did was, CU is a Christian school and all of that. So people used to usually, save their best outfits for Sunday and dress up and look nice and all of that. So we used to wait after service. And mind you, there were two separate services. So we would wait after both, like the service for, let me say juniors, 100, 200, 100, 300, and then 300, 500. We wait for the two services and take people's pictures for free. Absolutely nothing. Meaning we were really passionate. So people already knew us as these guys. They did not know us as Ginger Studios. They just knew that they were these guys that used to come and take pictures after service and all of that. We had a bright idea. After we had gotten into people's faces and all of that, we're like, okay, let's do something. Let's do something big. It's time to shoot matriculation. And the reason we said matriculation because convocation was like a stretch, because these were like seniors. They didn't really know us, things like that. People like they were in like 100 level, 200 level. Nobody savvy you like that. So we're like, okay, let's shoot matriculation. We're like, how are we going to go about this great marketing idea? And what we came about was crowdfunding. At the time, I'm pretty sure we thought we were smart. We thought we were wise. But thinking about it now, that was, oh God, such terrible business ideas, such terrible financial decisions. We decided that we were going to collect money from people and pay them 15% interest after just 2 weeks. That sounds like MMM. That sounds like some, I don't know. It's unrealistic, and we did it for people. God. So we collected people's money, and we thank God for people like Ife. Ife was also a co-founder of Ginger at the time, and she would help talk to people. She had a way with words and a way with people. She was like, all these fine girls now, let me not talk too much, but you get. So she would just talk to people, and they'll give us their money to collect 15%. Some people were dropping 50K, some people were dropping 30K, 20K. I don't know how much it is, but it was a lot of money. And we had a lot to do. At the time, all I had was my Nikon D5600, my 50mm, and my kit lens. That's all that was our inventory. That's all we had. And we had to rent equipment, lights, background and all those things. We made shirts, customized shirts so that people would notice us and everything. We had to transport notes. Common University is in Otta. We had to transport equipment from Magodo to Otta, and I'm very sure I can't remember right now, but it was a ridiculous cost. So we paid for all of these things and still gave people their 15%. We were not owing anybody a dime at the end of that matric. And now we're like, how are we going to how are we going to market this? Edidion was in charge of social media, and we were just brainstorming and stuff like that. And I can never forget someone who gave us a really brilliant idea. I think his IG currently is That Black Billionaire. While we're in school, he was in his 300 or 400 and I was in my 100 or 200. And I asked him if he knew about Ginger because he was in my building. I was in CST, like Science and Technology and all of that. He was in my building and I asked him if he knew about Ginger. And he said yes. And I was so happy that I knew about it because like, that means our news is reaching other people, even though CU is a very controlled environment. I mean, and I was like, oh, what do you think? Want to shoot matric, Thinking about it in the real world now, the advice that he gave me, that's some nice consultation fee right there. Thank you, Black Billionaire. You were part of our story. He told us, what about something? He was just brainstorming. I think he even came up with that idea on the spot. He was like, you guys are Ginger. I really love the name. What if you guys just this? And I quote, what if you guys just print Ginger and paste it everywhere? And I was like, eh? But then I told the rest of the team, that's Ife, Edidion, Isaac, and we're like, let's do it. Let's do it. So, and when I say ginger, I mean ginger the root, the plant. We just printed pictures of the plant and pasted it everywhere in school. So imagine you're just walking back from school, walking back from the library, walking back from church, and you just see picture of roots of plants, ginger, and you're like, what's that? So, like I said before, even in a controlled environment or in the real world, if you are in people's faces, they will notice you. So everybody were already like, guy, you don't see, like, have you been seeing like the pictures of the gingers and everything, like the picture of Ginger? And everybody was asking questions. And from here, I do not think we thought it through because people were asking questions, but we're like, okay, what do we do next? And an opportunity presented itself. Student council at the time, they needed a video. I think it was sports related. You needed a video done. And we're like, yeah, we jumped on the opportunity that we'll do it for free. Because this video was going to be played in chapel. And that's where about 4,000 students gather every week. So we're like, okay, we're going to shoot this video for free, but we're going to put our tagline and our logo at the end. And that logo, you're going to hear it. I'm sorry, that tagline, you're going to hear it at the end of this video. And it is very special to Ginger, because it's something that helped us grow. We shot the video was spectacular, and we added our tagline, "The Ginger Man says hi." Now, just picture this. You've been seeing Ginger everywhere, and then in chapel, everybody's gathered, and they just play a mad video. The video was mad, and he thought it was over. Black screen, Ginger logo appears, and you hear, "The Ginger Man says hi." Because you've been seeing the ginger everywhere. You're like, oh, what's ginger? And then the Ginger Man finally greets you. He says hi. So everybody exploded. Everybody was screaming, oh, it's Ginger, oh my God. And me and the rest of the crew are just like, yeah, they don't know who we are, yeah, but they're screaming our name, yeah. So at the time, we're like, okay, now this is the right time to jump on it. So we posted, see, it's a controlled environment. Like the way you have Cracks TV and Instablog and all that stuff, we had like school blogs. So we paid for them to sponsor. So people started saying, okay, so this is Ginger. This like are the Ginger men. These are the Ginger guys. So everybody wanted to book us for matric because they were in love with, they were not just in love with the quality, they were in love with the story, they were in love with the concept, they were in love with the movements. So you can have like a great product, but like you can do so much more if you tell a story with that product. So people fell in love with the story. Not, yes, we're dishing out excellent quality, can't lie, we're top-notch stuff, but we weren't so spectacular that we should have, we weren't so spectacular that we should be the most booked, because we were the most booked photographers for matriculation at the time. So we're ready. It's time to shoot matric. Matriculation day came, and boom, bad news hits. Everything hit the fan. We're setting up, printed t-shirts, printed flyer. We're ready. We're branded. After all the things, we kitted up, only for us to get there. And then the background stand did not stand because the background stand was incomplete. Oh God. Some other people, now this is where I present some other people that were very pivotal to our journey, and that is Fruity Life. Oh my God, Fruity Life, thank you. Oh, Mr. Jegede, you don't know me, but I know you and I know your brand. And thank you for being part of our journey and saving us when we started. So, Fruity Life was in CU. They used to sell smoothies and waffles, and I don't know. No, they didn't sell waffles. Fruity Life was in CU, and they used to sell smoothies and things like that. And we begged them. No, we didn't just beg them. We paid them. They had like a green flower, green grass. You know when you have this artificial grass, and they made like a background with it, like a background. So we paid them to take their green background, and that was our background for matric. You know, at the time it wasn't like. It didn't make sense, but even if we had some walking customers because we're kind of different. Nobody had what we had. So like that, we shot our first matric and we made our money, or so we thought. It was time to pay the 15%. By the time we paid everybody their 15% because of crowdfunding, God, returned the gear, ran the logistics, did everything, paid for shirts. We were left with some money. Now, what we were proud of was not the money we made, but the name we made for ourselves. Isn't that just lovely? We might have been broke, but we were stars. Exactly. You know, when they say that you have fame, but you have no fortune? Yeah, that's what we were. We had fame and no fortune, because I think we paid the whole crew, because we had people that volunteered with us. I mean, we're so big that we had interns. We had people that wanted to volunteer, but, you know, our CEO, Isaac Chukwukem, he's not that kind of man. He will not just allow you to just come, man. So he decided to pay everybody. So by the time we paid everybody, me and Isaac were the ones that really had the fame and no fortune. We walked away with pride, because we had done something great. Yeah, and that is why you should start. That's why you should start a creative agency, because of what I just told you. Because of fame and no fortune. That's exactly why you should start it. Yeah, thank you very much. Hopefully, the rest of this series will be more serious than this first episode, because you have a lot to learn. Things like finding your niche, things like, you know, getting your first clients without ads, you know, gear, narrowing things down, you know, the right team, things like that. And we look forward to teaching you everything. Ciao.
The Ginger Man says hi.